Well, US President Joe Biden is also heading to ASEAN. Before that, though, he's attending the COP27 meeting in Egypt. He left Joint Base Andrews in Maryland a short while ago. His trip will also include a stop in Indonesia next week for the G20 summit. Rosalind Jordan takes a look at the president's schedule.
U.S. President Joe Biden will meet with Chinese President Xi Jinping on Monday at the G20 summit in Indonesia, at the end of a trip that will take him to the COP27 climate summit in Egypt and to the ASEAN and East Asia summits in Cambodia. One issue the president says he wants to address: Beijing's expansion of its military, including its nuclear arsenal.
I think talk about nuclear weapons and location, a number of them, and access is important to discuss.
Xi and Biden will also discuss North Korea, Chinese trade policy, the response to COVID and other public health threats, and global warming.
I don't think you should look at this meeting as one in which there's going to be specific deliverables announced. Rather, the two leaders are going to give direction to their teams to work on a number of areas, both areas where we have differences and areas where we can work together.
Competing with and outdoing Beijing's international influence is official U.S. policy. According to the recently released U.S. National Security Strategy, quote, "The contest to write the rules of the road and shape the relationships that govern global affairs is playing out in every region and across economics, technology, diplomacy, development, security, and global governance." Analysts say not only will this policy add a layer of tension to the Xi-Biden meeting, but Washington cannot assume it has allies in that fight.
It's easier said than done, though, for sure, because so many of these countries in ASEAN and the G20, they don't want to be positioned in the U.S. camp. They want to have the freedom to engage with both the U.S. and China, particularly economically.
Biden and Xi's meeting will be perhaps the most important since Richard Nixon met with Mao Zedong in 1972, a chance for both the U.S. and China to decide how their relationship will proceed. Rosalind Jordan, Aljazeera.